Hello one and all, I am Palofgames and welcome to the podcast. I'm joined, of course, as always, with Damn Daniel, it's Total Tactics.
Hilarious.
I know.
I've never heard that before. My friends haven't been saying that to me or anything.
Look at you with friends.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're not my friend, so...
Well, that's alright then. So I call you a cohort.
Yeah.
Gaming acquaintance,
yes,
all them things.
Yes, just an acquaintance.
You've got it. And today,
so you're going to introduce the topic?
I was just about to manoeuvre into it.
I just like to put in front of people.
I know.
I don't really like it when other people talk. I like the sound of their voice.
Do you?
Your irritating sort of screech.
That's great,
voice.
thanks for that.
No offence.
None taken. Much. And today we are talking about childhood games. So the nostalgia will be real today. Who do you want to start this off or shall I? I mean, I don't know.
I just can't believe you just said that the nostalgia will be
Well, it will be real. I mean, today it's going to be in full force. Is it not?
You're slowly turning into sort of like slightly more chatty.
Thanks.
Yeah. The nostalgia will be
Real ting, fam. You get me?
Yes, exactly. It's almost very...
Playing Pokemons in yard.
Pokemons. Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone, when they were children, no matter how cool you are, everyone used to play Pokemon or something.
Yeah, but it does worry me that actually everyone's not cool. Maybe that is an alternative reality we're living in. By playing Pokemon, it just meant that everyone's not cool.
Yeah, it's a good point. Well, it depends on your perception of cool, but I think we're going off topic.
No, there's no such thing as off topic here on the podcast. It's all fun.
Okay, so which one did you play?
The originals. I played, what was it, Blue and Red, I believe it was.
They're not the originals.
Yeah, they are. Blue and Red.
Sure then. Were they, or maybe they were the originals, but did you played them in Game Boy Color, I assume?
Well, yeah. I'm that old school.
But you played it before, when it wasn't Game Boy Color. It was just the Game Boy.
Well, I believe it was Game Boy Color first. Game Boy Color, and then it went into Game Boy Advance.
No, I'm sure that there was a Game Boy that came out beforehand.
Well, not what I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure it was Game Boy Color, but you look it up and tell me all about it, because obviously this is a dispute.
Yeah, the first, pretty sure the first one didn't have any colour to it.
Well, no, but it was like all in green, but that's because how the game was. I don't think it was because the Game Boy Color couldn't do it.
No, I'm just saying that I think that the original Game Boy wasn't in colour.
It was either in green or black and white. I'm pretty sure it was green. Like, it was full...
Yeah,
like, the game was, like, all green. I don't know why. It was, like, varying shades of green.
Well... Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I played the same. And then, yeah, you moved on to Game Boy, the Pokemon Yellow, which sucked.
I don't know. I suppose it was more realistic to the anime, so... Which I never really watched much of.
Yeah, but... Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't know if it was. I never watched enough of it.
In my opinion, it was terrible. I'm not a fan of anime, so I've got to.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But then you got to mention Mario. I mean, I was a bit late just when I started playing the
Whoa, we're jumping over to Mario. This is quick. I didn't realise that yesterday was actually the, I did want to just mention that apparently yesterday was the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, which was, like, pretty crazy to think that. Shocking. Yeah, apparently. 20th anniversary from its, like, release in Japan. I imagine it was probably a little later this year for Europe, but there you go.
No, that makes sense. I remember Pokemon from a really, really young age, and if it came out around the time that I was born...
But the crazy thing I didn't realise is, over in Japan, they didn't have a blue. Well, they did have a blue, but they also had a green, even though we didn't get a green. We only got it when it became leaf green, which is something. That's something I've always wondered why we well, there was a leaf green, and then I found out that apparently in Japan they had a green. And we didn't even know about it. Anyway.
Well, they're just
no. Anyway, I'll let you get on with your Mario talk. You can jump right into this one.
Well, I'm just trying to think of the first Mario game that I played, and I remember it having lots of mini games in it and stuff like that. It was very different from all the other Marios. I don't know if it was the first that sort of separated itself from the traditional platform.
Right.
I just can't remember which one it was. Can you remember the first Mario that came out on the DS?
DS? Bloody hell, we're going forward a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I'd imagine it's probably going to be a Mario Party game. There's been loads of them. Like, under the name Mario Party. I wouldn't know which ones came out on DS, because honestly, I'm not a massive Mario fan, as much of a shock as it may be.
Well, I wasn't either, really. That's why I've sort of jumped the gun quite a bit. But I just thought would stick to the Nintendo side of things.
Super Mario 64 was my first one. So... And talking about, I remember like getting a DS and not realising the idea of a remake, and it just pissing me off. I was playing exactly the same game again on a different console. It just annoyed me.
You know what, actually? This might be the one.
DS was basically a whole remake machine, basically. Like, I remember it launched with like every game seemed to be a remake of something, except for Nintendogs, which seemed to be too popular for its time.
Well, I've got to admit, I did play that.
You would.
When I was a kid. But it's cool.
Yeah? Did a Nintendog like you?
I don't know why. But like, yeah, that's the virtual animal.
Programmed to like you.
Programmed to like you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking back to it now. It's just a terrible game. It's for young girls, really.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I mean, that's a bit sexist, but I mean, yeah, sure.
I know, sorry to make the stereotype, but yeah, it's true.
Does that mean you was like a young girl for playing it? That made you a bit of a bitch?
Yeah.
That's where it all spawned from.
But what, are all young girls bitches?
Biatches.
Very nice choice, yeah. Biatches.
Yeah, why not? We can say that.
Yeah. Go on then, I've had two.
Oh, I can have some. Well, we can stick on...
You mentioned Spyro there.
No, I thought we'd stick for Nintendo for a bit. I mean, I've got loads of like Nintendo-y stuff. I mean, GoldenEye, what a classic. I don't know anyone who's not...
No,
you've never played GoldenEye? Oh.
I don't... That's what you were just about to say. I don't know anyone that's not played it.
No, I was going to say I don't know anyone who's played it and not liked it, but it's like...
Okay.
The first time really I'd done couch co-op in a massive way. Like, I was born in like a golden age really, the transition between online and local. Like, it's crazy to think how quickly that changed. So I even remember on like Game Boy when you had the little adapters which was wired, and then we had the wireless ones, and that was a massive change in just that. Now here we are on the internet. Go on. Ask.
What did you play it on? Like what?
GoldenEye, Nintendo 64.
See, I never had a console, Nintendo 64.
I didn't. I think I got into most consoles. Like Nintendo, I was big into until like DS. DS really ruined it for me, really. So I got a Wii for the novelty, and then I thought, well, actually, this has not got any good games on it. And then from then on, Nintendo just came and fell out of favour with me.
Well, I was never a massive Nintendo fan. The only Nintendo stuff that I liked was the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Style of things. I never had any of their true consoles. Not only had handheld stuff of theirs. I had the Wii, but I never enjoyed it.
Yeah,
massively.
I mean, I've tried on multiple occasions to get into Zelda. I've tried almost all of the Zelda games, and just they've never resonated with me. I've never liked them that much. There'd always be a point where I'd stop playing them.
Likewise, never got into them massively.
But apparently it's a big thing to some people. I mean, if you can get into it, I suppose, but I've never been able to.
No, nor have I. I can sort of understand its appeal to some people, but it's just not. It's definitely not my.
The problem is, it looks very casual, and in actual fact, there's a lot of work to like get stuff done on that game.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, with console side of things, I was quite an early age PC gamer. They're the type of games that I played, like real-time strategy, sort of die-off.
Yeah, well, I was like really console-based growing up, so I've got a very different perspective, which makes this discussion quite interesting. So go on, go on.
Just remembered a great console
game,
though. Time Splitters.
I didn't, but I've heard of it. I mean, I'd love for you to explain it though.
It's an absolutely fantastic game. It's got a lot of comedy.
It's a funny, is it?
I mean, I played. It is
good.
Funny. I played Time Splitters Future Perfect predominantly. I played a little bit of Time Splitters 2. So
was it FPS? I mean, what are we talking here?
Yes. Oh yeah, sorry, it's first-person shooting.
Coolio.
Oh, such a great game. There's so many different characters that you can pick from. Remember there was one person with the bald head that was really creepy that and when you pick a character, it's great, honestly.
Wow.
When you pick a character, they all have something to say, and then this guy's just sitting there, he's got a creepy bloke with a creepy voice, and he's just stroking the cat. When you pick him, he goes, me and my pussy, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Wow.
It's just ridiculously creepy. A lot of stuff in it was like that.
Yeah.
It had sort of weird humour.
Fair enough.
I mean, you can even pick the gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man. What a ledge.
Yeah, and then there was like a little monkey.
Yeah?
There was lots of different variations of the monkey. You could have a cyber monkey.
Yeah?
Cyborg monkey, sorry. Nice little normal monkey, and then a monkey with the ninja monkey, of course.
Yeah.
As is common. It's just a great game.
Well, it sounds interesting.
My favourite first-person shooter. Like every time you shoot someone in the head, it goes headshot. Like really loudly. Kill yourself, but tell you that you suck. Oh, it's a great game. I mean, it seemed a lot more funny at the time because I was about 12, but yeah, truly good game. You missed out.
I missed out.
I'm afraid, yeah. You did.
Tell me all about it.
Well, this is quite a few years ago. I'm struggling to remember everything.
Well then,
from it.
I mean, let's move on then.
But,
let's move on.
Alright. Go for it. You go.
My go. Okay. I tell you what. You touched on. We'll go with Spyro. You wanted me to talk about Spyro. I can talk about Spyro.
No. Quite
you don't want me to. Don't talk. Well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it anyway. Yeah. How can I not? I mean, it's such a classic game. Like, it's one of them you just can't hate on. It's just that good. Yeah, I feel that like you've not played it is what I'm feeling here. I feel like you're just negative slant. You never got into Spyro. Wow. I don't.
Well, I played it a little bit, but it was a bit like Zelda for me. I didn't
right.
Get into it, I'm afraid. I know that's another one that's a lot of people really love, but I just never did. But yeah,
that's crazy. I can't believe you never got into Spyro. It's crazy. But fair enough. Fair play. It's just the whole like decade then was like very predominantly character based. Like the main character always seemed to have a lot of prominence in games, which you don't see a lot of now. you don't really see cult classic games coming through the pipeline where you drawing some sort of massive parallel to the main character compared to how it used to be. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The main characters don't seem... You don't really get them anymore where you feel like the main character's iconic. It's more, oh, look how good this game looks, or look what cool mechanic the game has, rather than there be any, like, main character which you're like, wow, he's cool.
Something I did like about most of the Nintendo games, and Spyro definitely falls into this category, it's very nice, like, visually. It's quite pretty.
Yeah, I mean...
world that you're roaming around in. It's always quite nice looking.
I get a lot of people... I hear a lot of people saying it doesn't, like, stand up, like, in terms of graphically. But I would say that it doesn't really... Even though the polygon count was revolutionary for its time, and now apparently a few people would say it was, like... doesn't really stand up. I think it does, based on just... It has a look what doesn't go for super realism, so it kind of stands up more than a game like Metal Gear, where it was trying to be very realistic with a lot of greys and stuff. The more realistic you try and make your game, the less, like, the more time will make it look bad, really. That wasn't described very well, but never mind.
Well, yeah, it wasn't exactly a great
description,
but I know what you mean. It does look really nice, though. Even like, I'm looking at images of it now, and it's even the old images, they still look really quite nice, to be honest. It's like quite pretty, almost. Nice and pretty.
Oh.
But it was the same with Zelda. Even though I didn't really like that game very much, there was like lots of colourful, sorts of nice fantasy sorts of a little world.
Yeah.
That you're roaming around in. But yeah, never got into them, I'm afraid.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Sticking around that kind of timeline and talking about games what are character based, I want to go totally like against the grain now and talk about Final Fantasy, which does the very opposite in that it never keeps a main character throughout, and yet somehow has managed to be like a cult classic in a way.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd say it was one of the most popular series.
Definitely. I mean, have you played any Final Fantasies at all?
I've played not as many as you might think.
I'm going with one here.
A small handful. No, not one. A few, but not loads. I've played, I can't remember which one it is. I think it might have been 4 or 5. But the only reason that I've got them is I've played them recently on a tablet, because they came out as a remastered version. I thought, oh, that's a great thing to get on the tablet.
Yeah.
And I got it. Didn't really play it that much. But the one that I played a lot of was, it was on the PS2. What was it?
Final Fantasy X.
1 second.
There was quite a few, but I'm going to guess 10 or...
12.
No, 12 would have... 12? I wouldn't even know if that was. Maybe.
1 sec. Final Fantasy 12. I think it was 12.
You look it up, and then we'll come to a conclusion, but...
Yes, I believe it's Final Fantasy 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably very few Final Fantasies I haven't played. It seems to be like 7 till 9 I didn't play. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing the Final Fantasy VII remake, because a lot of people laud it as being like the best one of the series. Whether it is or not, I don't know.
Yes, just to confirm.
Just to confirm.
I did play. It was 12 that I played on the PlayStation 2.
Oh.
That was the one I played the most of, and then
I did not play that video game.
Did
No.
You?
I didn't play 12.
Shame. I did play 13 as well quite a bit.
I played 13. That was, I don't know. It was change, and I don't like change. I've become an old, jaded old man. And then going into Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, I played about 10 minutes of it, and I've never gone back since. So you can tell that I'm a real fan of that series. We probably have,
About a year ago, I think we had this conversation, because that was when I was actually playing 13.
You was, yeah.
Now, I was playing it, and I was thinking it's a little bit shit, but I sort of like it at the same time. We had a conversation about the storyline, I think.
We probably did.
I just thought it was dreadful, and you said, oh no, I quite like it.
Yeah, storyline-wise, I didn't mind it. It kind of... It felt like a very Final Fantasy storyline, to be fair. It didn't feel out... well, that's the thing. I mean, I know it feels like you've done it before, but in a lot of ways I liked it. I mean, it wasn't very good mechanically.
No.
Are you going to object now?
No, I believe that the Final Fantasy storylines were not very good.
Oh, this...
I'm a bit of a fanboy for good storylines.
Ooh. Shots are being fired now.
No.
You can't say no.
Isn't too bad. It's the voice acting that I don't like.
Yeah, but I suppose it's to be expected to be bad because it's a translated game. They never are good.
Yeah, true. But, you know, you could have tried harder. Try hard.
Well, I think I'll send you to Square Enix and you can sort them out. Tell them.
I'll go straight there.
Yeah?
I'll tell them.
Try harder.
Right, can we make the switch to PC games now? Because these are the ones that I...
Well, you can make the switch whenever you like. I mean, we can do whatever we want, because I say so. So, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, first, I will mention a game that I've played a lot of. I really, really love this. It's Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. Oh, it's a fantastic game if you ever played it yourself.
No. I'll be honest, RTS was something I didn't really get into once I was much older. No, it's just, it bored me as a kid, I suppose.
Oh, right.
I'm not saying that you're wrong for liking it, I'm just saying that
No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
I'm just saying, but, you know, it wasn't action-packed enough for me as a kid.
No, it was just because you were a bit thick as a kid, weren't you? And you just couldn't do it. Couldn't
Banter.
You just wanted pretty little pictures. Like,
but that's what I wanted, yeah. I'm unashamed of that. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
So talk me through your obsession with Command & Conquer. How about that? You do that.
It was brilliant. They all moved. It moved well. The movement of all the units was good.
Yeah?
Well, for an old game anyway.
Yeah?
Not as good as StarCraft, which is another game that I absolutely love. But I just liked all of the units. You had to be really quick.
I mean, let's face it. Every game you like is based on before the year 2000, more or less.
For a game
yeah.
No, I like a lot of games that post 2000. Thank you very much.
It's okay though, because their engine's based on Baldur's Gate.
No. Don't get me started.
I will. I'll get you started.
But I really do
yeah.
like Red Alert 2. Red Alert 2 is a great game. It's just the movement, like how fast you had to be to avoid units. You could have a massive army of troops rather than if you had tanks, then you're fine. But
so was it real time then?
And then a few
rather than turn based?
Yeah, real time strategy.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. You know nothing about the Command & Conquer series.
Well, I mean, I've heard of it. I mean, but like I say, RTS is a genre I'm very unfamiliar with.
Yeah. One I did play though, that probably a lot of people did play and absolutely loved. A lot of people seem to think it was the best Command & Conquer that's ever came out. Was Generals, Command & Conquer
right.
Generals. got into it very much. And I don't know why, to be honest. I just never played it loads.
Right.
But yeah, so Red Alert 2 is one of the best real-time strategies in my opinion. It's a fantastic game.
I see.
I mean, did you actually play any of the real-time strategy games?
I honestly think the first one I played was like Halo Wars, so I wouldn't say that.
Oh.
I wouldn't say that RTS is something that I've kind of ever played as a kid, so no, I don't have that nostalgia for spreadsheet games.
No. Spreadsheet
Yeah.
games.
So
Was it Charlie Brooker called?
I don't know, does he?
Armchair
Oh,
Hitler
right.
game. Yeah, that's what he described.
It's probably not wrong.
Says I'm not a little armchair Hitler. No. You have to sit there really, you got to be really intense the entire time.
Yeah.
So proper concentrated.
Yeah, as a kid I couldn't see myself being that intense over a game. You were proper loving though. Yeah.
Now. Like, it's different. Playing them then I was terrible at it.
Right.
But
you loved them anyway.
You know, I still
Look,
love
Mum,
them,
I'm taking over the world. That was you.
Yeah. Exactly.
PC wise,
Anyway.
I was more playing Doom and stuff like that growing up, so
Oh,
yeah.
really? See, I never played Doom. My dad played Doom, but I didn't play Doom.
Well, my dad played it, and that's kind of how I got into it, really. And I was like, I mean, seeing a bloody face on the screen, that did it for me. I didn't need anything else. In fact, as you got shot more and more, you became more bloodied. I mean, that's like, you don't even see that these days. It's great.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
That's the kind of thing what entertained me as a kid. Right, little masochist.
A game that I used to watch my dad play was Thief.
Right.
The original Thief games. And I remember they were terrifying when I was
Right.
really young. Because there was zombies that they'd just be lying on the floor as dead people. And you would like walk into every single room and think, is the zombie going to spring up and attack me? Or is it just a dead person? So you'd be constantly on edge because in every single room there'd be dead people.
The answer is probably yes.
Yes, exactly. Oh god, it was terrifying.
Isn't it just?
But yeah, I got into that game from that. I was a little bit disappointed in the new Thief game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still good, but just not quite there. It's not got the same feel to it.
That's fair enough.
The old ones. Like, I don't know if you played the new.
I haven't played it yet. I mean, is it any good? Or are you...
Yes,
It's still good,
It's
yeah.
still good.
But it's just not as good as the original.
Yeah. Like, it just doesn't have the same. I mean, I'm just being picky, probably. But it's yeah.
It's okay to be picky, though.
Let's just leave it at that. It's a good game.
If it has problems, it's
Well,
okay to, like, highlight them.
the only problem I have with it is not as open world as I would have hoped. That would have been a really nice, refreshing change to the series. But I think it still is sort of open world, but it's sort of limited. If
Yeah, I mean, I suppose when you're making a remake, it's very hard to know how much to change and how much to keep the same, to keep the old fans happy, but to keep a new audience interested. I mean, that's really the big problem with a remake, is you can never make everyone happy. There'll always be... And I think it's probably better to make one half really happy and then have another half and say, screw you, I'm going totally against what you'd like, rather than, like, being totally mediocre by being in the middle. I mean, maybe that's just my thoughts on it, but... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather want to take one side over the other. Like, rather than being like, oh, I'm going to just have it slight...
One side,
Yeah.
You lot.
Yeah. Rather than being in the middle and going, oh,
I'm doing it how I
well, make it slightly open world so everyone's happy and no one falls out and we're all friends here. And then everyone's just like, we hate you.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
That's how I'd handle a remake.
You're right. But yeah, Doom was another one. I've never really played it. I watched my dad play Doom 3, and he didn't enjoy that as much.
I think Doom 3 is pretty bad in comparison to the others, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. Oh wait, it's still quite rated quite highly.
Yeah.
In just first impressions, but no, it wasn't as good. I don't think most people didn't see it as good.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well.
This has been a discussion and a half. I don't know how long we've been doing this, but I feel like this is a good place to end it, and we can probably come back to it in a later point.
Yeah.
So, apparently we
Part 2
yeah,
in
a couple of years we'll come back. So, apparently we made Indie Game of the Week a thing last week. I mean, well, not last week, but last podcast. Do you want to, talk about an indie game you played, or any game, for that matter, you'd like to hype up?
I can speak about one that I don't like.
Go for it, why not? Indie game we don't like this week.
Yeah. Well, Dead Effective's zombie game is something that's, been done 1,000
Yeah.
times before, so you've got to make it good. You're going to do one. From first impressions, it's got really
That's
good
what
graphics.
struck me. The screenshots look really good for it. It didn't look like some shabby made game by just, a couple of guys in their basement. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, you'd think, yeah, I reckon we'll be
That'll be us, yeah.
churning out a load of Angry Birds.
Yeah.
no, wait.
I don't know. Don't count it out.
But from first impressions, Dead Space 2 is
Dead Effect 2.
graphics, as you said. I noticed that straight away myself. But when you go into the game, it's very grainy. I don't know if that's because it's optimised badly for...
Or if it's supposed to be an effect.
Whatever.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or maybe it's supposed to be an effect.
It just doesn't come across well.
Definitely not. It looks like it's an old, sort of outdated game. And on top of this, it requires, as a recommended, it requires quite high specs considering it's not actually that graphically good looking,
Right.
really. From first impressions from the screenshots, as I was saying, it looks good. But,
did you actually get to, try out the gameplay, or was it just full-on stuttering?
I played it a little bit, and it sort of ran fairly smoothly, but the grainy effect, that put me off, and then the fact that it crashed about 5 times after 10 minutes of gameplay, that also put me off.
Just a bit.
I've just realised something else as well. It requires the GeForce GTX 970, which is a fairly expensive high-end graphics
Right.
card. And so on top of it requiring a really good processor, it also requires a fairly high.
So basically, it needs a monster PC to play something which doesn't really look that great.
Cut it. Yeah, it's not. Just no.
It's not cutting the mustard today.
Really
Indie game we didn't like this week.
Well, before cutting it off, I think that you should probably speak.
Well, I was going to do that, yeah. I mean, I've been playing this week a lot of a game which I did a review on for the channel called Dungelot, Shattered Lands. And it's basically, if you took the idea of Minesweeper and then you put an RPG on top of it. So it's a really clever game, and it kind of plays in a roguelike in a way that, each dungeon run you do, you gain so much permanent stuff like gold to get stuff, like upgrades for the next run you do, 10% more critical hit chance or whatever. But whatever you collect during the dungeon is like that one-time use. So like health upgrades or food. You've got to have food between like every like stage. You'll use up a food, so you could starve to death if you're not careful. There's a lot of like resource management on top of like making like a decision: do I want more health or more armor? And there's also like different classes, so that keeps it fresh as well. Like there's a vampire class which has this really cool ability where you can drop an enemy onto a different square, and I think it's like a 5x5 grid you play on. And you'll find that sometimes you'll click on like one of these squares and it'll be just a hole, so that you could use that effect and it'll drop the enemy in the hole, so it like eliminates the enemy without you having to fight it. But essentially, to get between like floors, you've got to find the key on the level, so you've got to kind of like click square by square, and if you come across an enemy, that will kind of stop you from progressing to other squares, and you'll have to fight the enemy. Or you'll have to like find a way to move it around, which is it's a really cool game.
Sounds shit.
You reckon?
No, I'm joking.
Not only that, it gets better though, because after me like doing the review of it, the people, the publisher, Tiny Build, liked the review, and they've like gave me a discount code. So you know, if you want to pick it up, you can get 20% off. I'll put the link in the description. But you basically use the code Palofgames, all one word, no capitals, and you get 20% off. So isn't that great? That's like full on shilling.
It's nice of you.
But it's nice of them, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a really cool game. I enjoyed it.
Just think it's worth mentioning that after slating Dead Effect
right.
2,
are you about to change your mind?
You've got to mention it's in early access.
Well, I mean, you can mention it. I mean, I haven't played it yet. I mean, you've told me it's terrible, and it probably is.
I don't know. I'm saying it's worth
yeah.
mentioning.
So the hope is then that it'll be more optimised, so that you don't need such a monster rig in future.
Well, hopefully it might get better.
That too.
Because at the moment,
it's
the
not great.
Everything about it is just. It made me want to self-harm.
Right.
No, it didn't really. But it's pretty bad at the moment, as it stands.
So the hope is then, but I'd like to make this like a weekly or a fortnightly like thing, potentially.
Yearly.
You want it yearly, and I think that's probably what it's been up until now. We've done like 3 podcasts over 3 years. But it would be fun because.
So yeah, the hope is that we're going to do it regularly.
By hope, I'm like passively aggressively like saying, Dan, I think we need to do this more often.
I know. I noticed that.
And you're ignoring me. It's not my fault.
How is it my fault? It's not my fault.
I don't know if you've checked out my. I don't know if you've.
It's all.
I don't have fans for a start. No one likes me. No one listens to what I've got to say.
Oh, you're going to start telling us about your sad story.
Yeah. Then maybe people will watch me more.
Well, you sit there and cry about
I will later.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So.
The hope is that we can set a day. So you know what? I'll ask you. What day would you like to have a podcast uploaded and recorded? Potentially, give a day you'd like to do it. Saturday, Sunday. That sounds great to me. That's better than weekend. Saturday, Sunday. I love that. I love that.
Things change.
I can't that's not bad. That's a good ballpark figure. So I'll harass you on Saturday, Sundays. Because it's a lot of fun to do these,
we'll do that,
even if this one has been slightly more intellectual than we're used to. It has. It's been a super like, in-depth analysis of games.
Yeah. I don't think it has.
Oh.
Yeah, Spyro's quite pretty.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, didn't really play Mario much.
Yeah, but I suppose it's like...
I suppose it's like... Describe it as an in-depth
No,
analysis.
but I suppose it's like name-dropping. It's nice for people who aren't aware of these games, I suppose. Even though most of them are quite, like, generic answers, I suppose. We can get more obscure in later ones we do of this. Yeah, that's basically what it will turn into. But topic-wise... What would you like the topic to be next week? Because I don't want it to be this again. We can like do it at a later date.
Oh, you don't want to do.
Not straight away. No, I'd like to do something in between it.
Oh,
so, what would you like as a topic if you've got one to mind?
Have we done indie games?
I don't think we have. No. Would you like to talk about indie games?
Maybe we should do indie games.
We could talk about indie games.
Because that's the main thing.
Well, yeah, why not?
Really, we play indie games. We try them out. We can speak about.
Yeah.
A whole episode speaking.
We could, and maybe you should like play some games in the meantime, so that you can have an indie game of the week to recommend rather than just shit on.
Oh, I don't play
you could
games,
though.
You know?
You could. There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, true. I just don't like games.
I've noticed.
No.
Anyway.
Yes, I'll play some games just for you.
As always, I do the intro, so you do the outro. Go for it.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.